Sports. Bob Lorenz with you as we sift through the latest stories, news, and rumors involving the Yankees and the rest of Major League Baseball. And joining me to do that, Jack Curry, David Waldstein of the New York Times, and Meredith Morakovitz. And we're going to start with Alex Rodriguez, who's grabbed the headlines over the last 24 hours after he walked out of his arbitration hearing yesterday. Now, Rodriguez was upset that arbitrator Frederick Horowitz ruled that Commissioner Bud Selig did not have to testify. And after walking out, A-Rod joined Mike Francesa on the radio and on our Yes Network simulcast to discuss his actions.
And today I lost my mind. I banged the table and kicked a briefcase and slammed out of the room and just felt like this system, I knew it was restricted and I knew it wasn't fair, but what we saw today is just, it was disgusting. And the fact that the man from Milwaukee that put this suspension on me with not one bit of evidence, something I didn't do, and he doesn't have the courage to come look at me in the eye and tell me this is why I did 211, I shouldn't serve one inning. At the end of the day, I always said to you and other media members, I will tell my story. I will have a platform and a forum. And I thought, rightfully so, this should end with Selig on Thursday and me on Friday under oath. Put your money where your mouth is.
Where are we now? Are you done with the arbitration process?
For me, I'm done. I mean, I don't have a chance. I think you let the arbiter decide whatever he decides. I'm sure Selig and whoever will be the beneficiaries of that decision will be. My position doesn't change. I didn't do it. And after this is done, we're going to go back to Reed Smith. I'm sure we're going to have a lot of people waiting for us there, and we'll huddle up tonight. And I'll probably go see my daughters tomorrow.
Were you guilty of any of these charges?
No. And I should have.
Did you do anything wrong?
No.
Did you do any PEDs?
No.
Did you obstruct just anybody, any witnesses? Did you do anything that they accuse you of doing? Nothing?
Nothing.
So you're guilty in your mind of nothing?
I feel like I should be there opening day.
Okay.
And that's what I'm working hard for.
And let's get that on the record. You say you did not do these PEDs that they're accusing you of doing.
You're correct, Mike.
Okay.
Today we're here. He's not coming. I know you don't like New York, but you got to come face me. This is my whole life, my legacy. I'm part of history. So if you're going to try to destroy all of that, I'm saying no. You tell me why I should serve one inning. Because you're retiring next year? That's not fair, Mike. There's a lot of people that don't like me. Look, I get it. Mike, I get it.
That doesn't matter.
People in the streets tell me, I hate your guts. You're getting railroaded. I do have a responsibility. I am the third baseman of the Yankees. My goal is to get back on board. I saw what the Red Sox did. There's no reason why we can't do the same thing in 2014, and I think we can do that.
Well, let's follow up with the official statements, and Alex Rodriguez releasing this before he made that radio appearance. I'm disgusted with this abusive process designed to ensure that the player fails. I've sat through 10 days of testimony by felons and liars, sitting quietly through every minute, trying to respect the league in the process. This morning, after Bud Selig refused to come in and testify about his rationale for the unprecedented and totally baseless punishment he hit me with, the arbitrator selected by Major League Baseball and the Players Association refused to order Selig to come in and face me. The absurdity and injustice just became too much. I walked out and will not participate any further in this farce. And then here was a statement from Major League Baseball. For more than 40 years, Major League Baseball and the Players Association have had a contractual grievance process to address disputes between two parties. This negotiated process has served players and clubs well. Despite Mr. Rodriguez being upset with one of the arbitration panel's rulings today, Major League Baseball remains committed to this process and to a fair resolution of the pending dispute. Now, from Alex's side, it sounds like he and his legal team, Dave, are just moving on from the arbitration process.
Yeah, I think that's what we saw yesterday. They threw their hands up in the air, or with in Alex's case, he threw them down on the table. And they pretty much abandoned that process, and now they've said they're turning toward the legal system, the federal court. They're filing a lawsuit. It's going to be tricky, though, because the federal judges are not apt to overturn the rulings of arbitrators.
And you looked at what happened yesterday. Alex Rodriguez obviously had a plan. He wanted to get his message out. He used Mike Francesa to get that message out. And, Bob, talking to some people around baseball today, there's fatigue over this issue. People want this to be over with. They want a resolution. Does Alex Rodriguez deserve his day in court? Absolutely he does. But one other thing, the big thing he's complaining about was Bud Selig not being there. As we saw with the Major League Baseball statement, there's a CBA that is in place, and they followed the process The arbitrator said he didn't have to be there. That's one of the chief complaints Alex has, but it's not something that Selig had to do.
What's very interesting in this, Jack, is the fact that you said people around Major League Baseball are tired of this. They want this to be over. Well, the Yankees are kind of waiting to see what's going on here as well. There are huge implications as to whether or not Alex Rodriguez is on this team next year. That's $33.5 million they can spend this offseason to go and get other players, his salary plus the bonus for the home runs for 660 that the Yankees would have at their disposal to spend there. So the Yankees are a team that's looking for this to be over with, so they know, do they have Alex Rodriguez or do they need to go get another third baseman?